Hey YouTube, my name is Eve. Please like, share, and subscribe, honey. Yes, we are only 7 days in of 2021, and it's been mayhem at the Capitol. So before we get started and finish our topic of discussion from last night, please like, share, and subscribe. And if your screen is dark, it's not your laptop, it's not your phone, it's not your TV, it's not your computer screen. We in the motherfucking dark room. Oh yeah. We in the motherfucking dark room. We in the motherfucking dark room. Hey, we in the motherfucking dark room. And I wanted to finish where Chris Cuomo left off. We're talking about all the pardons that President Trump put in place before he went and played golf yesterday. While there was a riot at the Capitol, he was on the golf course. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't care. So let's go back to that. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so you know I'm smoking a blunt because this is some bullshit. I swear. I don't understand how is it that because they was another group of supporters, they got to do whatever they wanted to do at the White House. So before we get into all that, my drink of choice tonight is a thought juice. Yes. My drink of choice is a thought juice. A thought juice is a strawberry Rita. In New York City, we call them thought juices. I have to drink a thought juice because all 2021, it seems like people just been thoughting all over the place. Just been doing what they want to do. It's crazy. Let's get into what Chris Cuomo had to say.
36 new Trump pardons tonight. Gifts to many convicted criminals that you know well, who did horrible things. Many admitted it. And then he left to go golf in Florida. After vetoing pay for the military, after leaving relief in limbo, millions of Americans don't have food for Christmas, let alone money for heat or gifts. And he knows it. And he doesn't sign the relief bill. And he doesn't veto it. So he knows nothing will happen. There is a gift in this moment, and I hope you decide to accept it once and for all. It is the gift of ultimate clarity about this outgoing president. Democrats, independents, real Republicans, you all now know, just based on the last 24 hours alone, this guy is the worst ever. He is the worst president we have ever seen, period. He has not only proven to be incompetent, but he is indeed truly inhumane. He has denied the hungry. He has denied our warriors. He has denied a pandemic, and he does not give a damn about anything but lying about it all and faking his own greatness. That is the truth. It is demonstrated by everything we have seen. It must be his legacy. And those who have ignored and empowered him, those who have solicited this brand of his own horrible actions towards others, are complicit. He must be remembered as the worst, if only for this alone, and if only this is what we had seen, it would already make him the worst, on top of years of perfidy, of deceit, of lies, of viciousness towards those who need protection consistently. You literally have seen nothing to feel any other way, and yet you do, but no more. This has to be a bottom. He must be seen as the worst, and we must run away from him and this type of behavior as fast as we ever have collectively as a country before. Anybody who wants to continue his kind of just crooked ways must be condemned, and early, because this cannot be repeated. That would be a shame on us. The headliners he pardoned tonight, those who kept their mouths shut. Family, by extension. Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, and Charles Kushner. That is the father of his son-in-law, Jared. Law and order, the pro-law enforcement president. Give me a break. He just undid hard work of law enforcement who made the cases against these crooks. This country pursued justice against those who did wrong. He just undid it. Not because there are new reckonings in the case, but because it's all about him and saving face. Both Stone and Manafort were indicted by special counsel Bob Mueller. They went to trial. They were convicted by juries of multiple crimes. Stone, a longtime ally, Manafort, his former campaign chair, and Kushner. You may not know about him, but I'll give you the thumbnail. That's all you need to know. He pleaded guilty to tax evasion and retaliating against a federal witness and lying to the FEC. He was prosecuted in the early 2000s by then U.S. Attorney Chris Christie. And then Christie, of course, became Trump transition chair. What's so bad about that? It's the guy's, it's the father-in-law, it's his brother and son-in-law's father. I mean, isn't that the right thing? Kushner is no ordinary white-collar criminal. This man set up his own brother-in-law with a prostitute and then sent the video to his sister. That is the kind of thing that only Trump would see a pardon available. He commuted Stone's sentence for obstruction of Congress, threatening a witness earlier this year before he was set to surrender. We know why he did it. Roger Stone is many things, but one of them is loyal to those that he sees as on his side. Trump returned the favor. Manafort has been home serving confinement after COVID. But this is no mercy pardon. These are rewards. You notice what Manafort never did, right? Never talked about Trump. Not a word. Republican Senator Ben Sasse put out a statement tonight calling it all rotten to the core. Welcome to the party, brother. Welcome to the party. The time is over for your delicate dance. Sasse, you've got a great future in your party. You have a potential future in this country. You should have been saying that all along. And by the way, Sasse has been one of the most rational. We now should have clarity. Trump is the worst. We have never seen anything like this. This kind of insensitivity to humanity. This disrespect of justice. He is literally no friend to justice. And he's a president. Think about it. The pardons have implications, and we will discuss them tonight with some of the best minds in the business. But you have to just keep your eye on the urgency that this president has just ignored. The man has gone to Florida after blowing up the relief bill. He won't sign it. He stalled it. He did veto pay for troops, so at least Congress can work on overriding it. But if you're going to do something about the relief bill, you got to do it. Walk the walk. Why didn't you veto the bill? Why didn't you then, if you're not going to veto it, tell McCarthy to meet Pelosi on the floor and vote it out? Why didn't you make a deal? Why did you leave? Why did you leave? If you believe in a God, I don't care what your religion is. Who does this? By all accounts, you are not working on a deal. Every day you golf. Every day you delay is another day of paralyzing pain in a country that you owe. And you know this. And you won't veto so that there can be some kind of action. You won't tell your minions to meet Pelosi. Why? What is this about? Who did you really do this for? How can the answer not be you? How can the truth not be that you wanted to look the part of the hero just when you're trying to undo democracy, even though you know you were torpedo a compromise that has been months in the making that you ignored while your people helped negotiate? It is the worst thing you could do in this situation. And you made this situation. You ignored this pandemic. You made a bad play. You thought if you ignored it, it would go away and the economy would be okay and you would win, and you were wrong. And you doubled down on dumb. And this time, it bit all of us in the ass. And then you leave, almost assuring no action on the relief. At least you vetoed the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, so you can set up a possible override. Yeah, it's going to pit members of your party against each other, but you know what? They need to do that anyway. The Republicans have to figure out what the hell they're about anymore. Are you really just Retrumplicans? You seem confused. Well, you should have clarity too. This man is the worst. He has been terrible for your party because nobody knows what the hell you're about anymore, and neither do you. Why did Trump really veto this bill? A lot of people in his own party say, well, it's to show Mitch, that Mitch should have helped him more in overturning the election. Can you imagine what it means about where the hell we are in this country that Republicans can say that with sober mind? People are starving. And what he just did with the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, is even weirder. Why? Well, he doesn't like this Section 230. This fringe. Look, of course we have to figure out what to do when it comes to what's right and wrong on the internet, and is it really like newspapers or not, and the right of a publisher, are they publishers? We have to work through it, but not this way. Not right before Christmas, not when you're going to leave town, not with people starving. He is the worst we have ever seen. And the only reason you would defend that is because you don't want to give in to the status quo. But what are you saying when you decide to reject the status quo by making it worse, by injecting the political equivalent of a virus into our political corpus? And that's what Trump is. He is not a cure. He has never been a cure. He was never going to be a cure. He was injected as a virus to make the system sick, and he has. And now we are on our knees in this country. And the only chance for us to get to a better place is to recognize what we have had all along. The ability to come together, to be about a common cause, and to demand better from the men and women that we invest with power to do our business. If you expect nothing, you get this.
Let me tell you something. Trump been like this since before he even got in the office. Here's my thing. Let me take a sip of this stock juice because I'm not understanding. Woo. My thing is, we the people, I know my people didn't vote for no motherfucking Trump. Right? It was all the people that thought that he was going to do something for them. Right? So giving out those pardons to those people, those were the people that he was supposed to have been looking out for as he was in office. Those are the people that counted on him to get him out of trouble when they got into some shit, as they all did. Trump was never president material to begin with. And y'all thought that that man was going to come in here and do a lot for y'all, and which he did. Now look, his people are quitting like crazy. Been quitting since day one. And when they didn't want to do what he wanted them to do, then he fired them. This has been a game show to him the whole motherfucking time. Y'all just wasn't paying attention. We the people, we been knew this. But y'all wanted to sit up there and act like y'all didn't know what Trump was doing and what he was planning. I don't understand. I don't get how y'all figure y'all didn't know when y'all so surprised that he's running crazy in the White House now. He's running a fucking muck. And he's inciting wars and riots and shit. Okay, this is the same man that's up for sexual harassment charges, right? This is the same man that got caught messing with the election. This is the same man that got caught messing with the recount for this election. This is the same man that knew about the COVID and thought it was fake and told people to not wear masks. And then when people started dying, then all of a sudden we had to wear masks, right? That man. This is that same man. This is the same man who got impeached and everybody thought it was a motherfucking game because, oh, he got impeached and then y'all talked about it for that whole week and then poof, it was all gone after that. Nobody talked about it no more. Y'all had a whole trial for what, 2 weeks? Cutting off all types of shit that people wanted to watch on Channel 7. But no, we had to watch the impeachment like it was a fucking reality TV show. Like, this is crazy. I don't understand why is it that he's not impeached right now. Why is he not fired today? Y'all see what happened at the Capitol. 4 or 5 people died. I'm going to need y'all to get that correct. Then everybody's talking about the lady Bassett, the Bassett lady that got shot and killed. How she was in the Army or the Marines, whatever. I'm not too sure. But my thing is, she was in, you know, and I respect her serving, and I respect her family and everything. But wasn't she trying to break in? Right? So why y'all trying to shout her name? Why are we shouting her name in the streets? I'm not getting it. No, we need to still be shouting Breonna Taylor. She ain't getting no justice. So I'm not understanding. She was trying to break into the Capitol. That's what I had heard, right? So, come on. And with her being with all those credentials under her belt, she should have known what was going to happen. And again, I asked the question, where was the police? Where was all that energy that y'all gave Black Lives Matter? You know what? There was none. Because y'all full of shit. Y'all knew those people was coming. Y'all opened up the gates for them. And we going to get to that video where they opened up the gates. But I want to go to the girls on The View because I love them. Because they hold no punches. And I want to hear what they got to say, because I agree with everything they had to say about the riot. It did not make no sense how, for Black Lives Matter peaceful protesters, we got over 400 people locked up. But we got a whole riot where people is scaling the walls at the Capitol, and y'all only make 50 arrests and 5 people or 4 people allegedly died? But y'all only got a 50 arrests on the books? Y'all can't be fucking serious. Y'all can't be serious, right? Let's go to the video, because y'all can't be serious.
We were just talking about the lack of police presence at yesterday's assault on democracy when domestic terrorists stormed the Capitol. So, Sonny, I know what I noticed instantaneously. Did this cross your mind also when this was unfolding? Did you think, where's the presence we're used to seeing in D.C. at times like this?
No question, Whoopi. I was thinking, where's the National Guard? Where are the rubber bullets? Where is the tear gas? Where is the show of force protecting federal property? I was thinking about Christopher David. Remember that Navy veteran that was beaten by the federal police during the Black Lives Matter protests, who was standing in unity with his black brothers and sisters, valiantly, I believe, protesting police brutality. Megan was talking about the fact that she was struck by the American flag being waved by the rioters and the seditionists in our Capitol. I was struck by the Confederate flag being waved in our nation's capital. I thought
it's the first time it's ever happened. It didn't even happen during the Civil War. It didn't even happen during the Civil War.
And that's right.
The first time it's ever entered our Capitol.
And I thought the type of police restraint that we saw is the type of police restraint that I wish had been shown during the Black Lives Matter protests and the protests against police brutality, the protests against the murder of George Floyd, the protests against the murder of Jacob Blake, the protests against the murder of Breonna Taylor. Where was that police restraint? It was nowhere. And I also thought, where are the arrests? We had at least 438 arrests. When there were Black Lives Matter rallies and protests, there were about 50 arrests yesterday. It was so jarring to me that this is the state of our democracy. And then when you do see some Republicans standing up and saying enough is enough, some of our senators and some of our congressmen, I don't think that at this point they get credit, because they have poured gasoline on this flame for 4 years. The chickens have come home to roost for them. They do not get credit now.
Can I say something?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
And you know what? Why all of a sudden y'all want to quit now? Why all of a sudden y'all want to jump off the ship now? Y'all only got 13 fucking days in. Now, if that's not some punk pussy shit right there, I don't know what is. Bitch, you might as well finish out your fucking job. Don't resign now. Don't quit now. Because this been going on for 4 fucking years. Oh, but it was never a riot. Oh. Y'all was never under attack. Oh. But the American people been under attack for fucking COVID for all this motherfucking time now. And some of your White House staff been under attack from COVID too. I'm not understanding. I'm really not understanding what y'all not getting. Y'all had so much energy for Black Lives Matter. Y'all had shields and riot gear and tear gas and rubber bullets and cocktails and all types of things. But when it came to these protesters, y'all let them in through the gates. Not only did you let them in through the gate, once you let them in the Capitol, y'all was sitting up there posing, taking selfies and cheesing and shit. Oh, it was funny. Oh, but let there have been Black Lives Matter. Y'all would have been like, go to the bunker. That's what Millie be saying. Mar Radio, shout out to Millie Mar Radio, yo. Y'all would have been in the fucking bat cave under a desk some fucking where, thinking that, it was really going down. And it really wasn't. Y'all let them in. Police, cops, letting protesters in the Capitol. Let's Google that shit. Yes. Why aren't police arresting Capitol protesters? No, we're not going to go there. Video shows protesters clashing with police inside the Capitol. No. I want to go straight to the video where it says police opens up the gate. Yes, that's where I want to be. Ah.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
They was letting them in. They was letting them in.
And they just breached the Capitol again.
People were wondering how the Trump protesters were able to get in so easily. Of course, their buddies on the police department helped them in. If you like content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button as the story continues to develop. Police officers are seen opening the gate for Trump supporters on Capitol Hill. Trump supporters stormed Capitol Hill as Congress held a joint session to count the Electoral College votes, which would clear the path to President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration later this month. Protesters entered the Capitol complex and one woman was shot by Secret Service police. In a slowed-down version of the video, you can clearly see a police officer open the gate for the protesters. It appears the cops are literally escorting them in, while on the other side of the building, they were pretending to hold them back. Some suggest the cops were clearly in on it, but others say it looks more like a protester taking a picture with a cop. Do you think the police officers opened the gate for Trump rioters? Sound off in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
That is Joseph Morris's channel. Please go share and go look at the video yourself on his channel. I like to give shout outs to YouTubers when I use their content. Shout out to Joseph Morris. That was his channel. Yeah, but they was taking selfies. Let's Google that. Cops taking pics. Cops taking pics, honey, with protesters. I don't understand. Okay, let's see. Selfies? That's cute. Let's see.
ACAF.
Police officers are seen taking selfies with the Trump supporters who ambushed Washington, D.C.'s Capitol complex. If you like content like this, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Trump supporters stormed Capitol Hill as Congress held a joint session to count the Electoral College votes, which would clear the path to President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration later this month. But was the protest all a part of an elaborate hoax where the cops were in on it? Some people believe the Capitol lockdown was an attempted coup fueled by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, whose Twitter account was suspended for 12 hours and his Facebook was suspended for a day following the riot. Months leading up to the riot, Donald Trump had advocated that the election result was rigged. Many can't help but notice the startling contrast between the treatment of Black Lives Matter protesters and Trump supporters. Some pointed out that if an armed black man was storming the Capitol, they would have been shot. But if you're white and call yourself a patriot, you get a selfie. A TikTok video shows protesters were let in to Capitol Hill by the police officers themselves.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
Come on TikTok. The videos is on TikTok. Come on. And y'all talking about they staged a coup. Yes, they staged this shit. Yes, this shit was staged. This was a whole plan orchestrated by the man himself. And y'all asked the question, should he be impeached before his time is up? What? Why is he still there? And that's the real question I ask. Why is he still working? Why is he still at the capacity, at the highest office in the land? Why does he still get to hold his seat there? Why? Oh, because if it was Obama, y'all would have threw him out a long time ago. Shit, if it was Biden, y'all would have been tossed him to the curb. I think. At this point, I don't even know. I'm confused. But I just want to know, why does he get to hold his space? Why does he still get to keep his job even though he was already impeached? And now we're talking about another round of impeachments? Why? Why waste the paperwork? Why waste the people's time? Why do this to the American people? We already have COVID. We already have people with no jobs. We already have people going hungry. Why is it that y'all talk about these things and y'all acting like these things are not happening and he's still holding his job? Why is the question? Why is he still there? And you know what? If he's still there all the way up until the inauguration, that is some bullshit. I'm sorry. Why is he not fired? Why do we have to sit and do an investigation? Something that's going to take long. We only got 13 days. You know why? Because y'all want him to be there. Yeah. Yeah. See, I see things clear. Y'all want him to be there. Y'all knew all of this shit was coming. That's why there were no cops, and that's why there was a delay, and that's why the cops opened the gate, and that's why they're taking selfies, and that's why they're doing all of those things. Because it was planned. Because this is what you want. But what I say to my people is, you stay home and you watch this bullshit unfold, because this right here is not our fight. No, it's not. We're going to sit home and we're going to mind our business. We're going to pop popcorn. We're going to roll up blunts. We're going to drink thought juices. And we're going to laugh at this shit. Because this shit right here, nigga, this shit right here, this shit funnier than a motherfucker. Because like I said, if it would have been Black Lives Matter, the headlines would have been a little bit different, like 400 dead, 500 arrested, 50 injured. Yeah, it would have been read, it would have read like that. Yeah. It's different. It's a different tone for different people. So we're going to watch them go crazy. And we're going to watch Trump sit in office for these next 13 days. Because y'all not going to do not a damn thing but sit up there on your platforms and fucking talk about it. Always going to be an investigation. Why? Why? Why waste the taxpayers' money on the investigation? We are looking at the shit. We only have 13 days left. So yes, my people are going to sit at home and watch the shit unfold, because it's unfolding right before our eyes, and we are laughing because we like it. I'm telling you, when they said they staged a coup, I said, oh, yes, they did. Look at the white people go. The mad. That's exactly what the fuck I said. Give a fuck. So what? I'm just happy to see that people are pointing out the difference. But this is the big point right here that I'm trying to make. What are you going to do about it? Now that you pointed it out, what's going to be done about it? You know what? Nothing. And we used to that shit. But shit. Don't come here with that shit. We good. Tuh. I don't even know what else to say about it because there's nothing left to say. I'm going to do the next video because I got to talk about Auntie Hammy, Toxic, the whole fight. Oh, I got to talk about that. So head over to my next video. Tell me what y'all think about all this Capitol shit, what's going on with the riots, and how y'all feel about the energy towards the Black Lives Matter and this riot that happened on the Capitol. Tell me how y'all really feel about it. I hit you right back in the comments because we're going to sit back and we're going to watch this. So please like, share, and subscribe. I got to go YouTube later on to the next video.